Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is about to begin. In order to begin our processional on time, please take your seats now.
حفلنا الكريم ستبدأ مراسم الاحتفال بعد قليل، لذا نرجو منكم التكرم بالجلوس في مقاعدكم.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Acting Vice President for Academic Affairs, followed by the stage party, Professor Tony Chan, President of King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, CAU's founding president, Professor Cheung Fong, the 2019 Distinguished Commencement Speaker, the members of the Board of Trustees, and the academic leadership.
أيها الحفل الكريم، وصلت الآن مقدمة المسيرة الأكاديمية، وعلى رأسها قائد مسيرة الخريجين البروفيسور إيف نيانو، نائب الرئيس للشؤون الأكاديمية، ويليه كل من الدكتور توني تشان، رئيس جامعة الملك عبدالله للعلوم والتقنية، الرئيس المؤسس لجامعة الملك عبدالله للعلوم والتقنية الدكتور تشانغ فون تشي، المتحدث الرسمي لحفل التخرج لعام 2019، أعضاء مجلس الأمناء والقيادة الأكاديمية.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the arrival of the faculty of King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. They are led by Professor Donald Bradley, Vice President for Research.
سيداتي وسادتي، يصل الآن إلى منصة الاحتفال أعضاء هيئة التدريس بجامعة الملك عبدالله للعلوم والتقنية، يقودهم البروفيسور دونالد برادلي، نائب رئيس الأبحاث.
The degree candidates are now entering the ceremony site. First are the Doctor of Philosophy candidates. They are led by Professor Brian Moran, Dean of Graduate Affairs.
حفلنا الكريم يتم الآن تقديم المرشحين لنيل الدرجات الأكاديمية. نرجو الترحيب أولاً بالمرشحين لدرجة الدكتوراه، ويقودهم البروفيسور براين موران، عميد شؤون الدراسات العليا.
Next, let us welcome the first of our Master of Science degree candidates who are in the Division of Biological and Environmental Sciences and Engineering, led by their Dean, Professor Pierre Magistretti.
ويليهم في المسيرة المرشحون لدرجة الماجستير في العلوم من قسم العلوم والهندسة البيولوجية والبيئية، ويقودهم عميد القسم البروفيسور بيير ماجستريتي.
Now welcome the Master of Science degree candidates in the Division of Computer, Electrical, and Mathematical Sciences and Engineering, led by their Dean, Professor Motaz Al-Nozahi.
سيداتي وسادتي، يصل بعد ذلك المرشحون لدرجة الماجستير في العلوم من قسم العلوم والهندسة الحاسوبية والكهربائية والحسابية بقيادة عميد القسم البروفيسور معتز النزاهي.
Please welcome to the podium our University Marshal, Professor Yves Nyanu.
أيها الحفل الكريم، نرجو الترحيب الآن بقائد مسيرة الجامعة البروفيسور إيف نيانو.
Distinguished guests, trustees, president, faculty, staff, degree candidates, and families, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 2019 Commencement celebration.
Please rise for the playing of the national anthem of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
سيداتي وسادتي، نرجو التكرم بالوقوف للسلام الوطني للمملكة العربية السعودية.
please be seated for a reciting from the Holy Quran by Abdurrahman Muhammad.
حفلنا الكريم نرجو التكرم بالجلوس لنستمع إلى تلاوة عطرة من القرآن الكريم يتلوها على مسامعكم طالب الدكتوراه في علوم الهندسة الميكانيكية عبد الرحمن محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم. في بيوت أذن الله أن ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه يسبح له فيها بالغدو والآصال رجال لا تلهيهم تجارة ولا بيع عن ذكر الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة يخافون يوما تتقلب فيه القلوب والأبصار ليجزيهم الله أحسن ما عملوا ويزيدهم من فضله والله يرزق من يشاء بغير حساب. صدق الله العظيم.
It is now my honor to welcome the President of King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, Professor Tony Chan, to give his welcoming remarks.
Your Excellencies, COWS board members, faculty, students, and their families and friends, other members of the university community, and distinguished guests, welcome to COWS' 10th Commencement Ceremony. Every year since our founding, at this annual ceremony, we celebrate our graduating doctoral and master students who are drawn from across Saudi Arabia and around the world as they embark on the next chapters in their lives. But this commencement is special because it is our 10th commencement and also the 10th anniversary of the university itself. It is also unique because of the presence of a special guest, our founding president, Professor Fong, who will deliver the commencement speech later in the program. Now, 10 years is a very short time for a university, but for COWS, it is a significant milestone. We have risen from the sands of Tuwal to become a globally recognized university with a scholarly community of faculty and students, as well as a living community of over 7,000 inhabitants of over 100 nationalities. We have taken an essential first step towards King Abdullah's vision of reviving the House of Wisdom from a millennium ago. And as we celebrate our first decade, we have many achievements to be proud of, from groundbreaking research to the many academic awards to our faculty, to our students and alumni's achievements and career success, to our rising global stature and recognition, to the knowledge that we transfer through our industrial partnerships and the startups that we spin off, to the increasing role we play in the kingdom's economic and talent development. I want to thank and congratulate every member of KAUST for your contributions, because without you, those successes would not have been possible. However, at the same time, we face many challenges and opportunities going into our second decade. The world and the kingdom is changing at a rapid pace, and we must adapt and move with the time, or else we will fall behind. We need to grasp new opportunities, such as those presented by Vision 2030, that are opening up for us, as well as expand into new scientific and technological frontiers. We need to be aware of and leverage on technological and tectonic geopolitical shifts. We need to strengthen existing partnerships and seek new ones. Finally, we need to reach out to our community and tell the world what a great institution KAUST is and how it can contribute to them. This evening truly belongs to the men and women, whether Saudis or other nationalities, who are receiving their degrees. You have spent several precious years of your life at KAUST, years that I'm sure are well rewarded with knowledge, friendship, and wisdom. You leave the university at a time of tremendous change and of great promise, whether here in the kingdom or in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. Science and technology, innovation and intellect, and discipline and dedication are essential to tackling our planet's many challenges and to seizing its countless opportunities. As you graduate this evening, know that we will look to you to make a positive, lasting impact in the world. I'm confident that your KAUST experience will serve you well, just as you have served the university well. You chose to come here to be a part of this academic and research community, and to add your own lines to the KAUST story. I've always said that a university's reputation is built on the success of its graduates. And just as your friends and family are proud of each of you this evening, I know that one day KAUST will be proud of your achievements. Your success will contribute to making KAUST one of the world's great universities. So tonight, I offer you my congratulations on your academic achievement and my appreciation for being a part of KAUST. And as I close my remarks, please remember this. You are students today, alumni tomorrow, but a KAUSTian forever. Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the class of 2019 student commencement speaker, Yasmine Hani Nijem. Yasmine has been connected to KAUST for many years. She is from the founding KGSP class. So this is King Abdullah Gifted Student, a KAUST Gifted Student program. She returned to KAUST for her Master of Science degree and decided to pursue a PhD in environmental science and engineering. She received her bachelor degree in human genetics from University College London and graduates today, having secured employment with Halliburton. Her PhD research explored her passion for developing technologies to reduce advanced water treatment costs and obtaining clean water for reuse in water-scarce regions, while at the same time acquiring high-value biomass for commercial applications. She aims to change the concept of waste to resource. Please join me in welcoming the KAUST 2019 Student Commencement Speaker, Yasmine Hani Nijem.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, President Chan, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, members of faculty, and last, but certainly not least, family and friends who have come from near and far. Here we are, the class of 2019. I would like to extend big congratulations to you for making it to this joyous day. Welcome to KAUST's 10th Commencement Ceremony. It is my honor to address you today as the student speaker. My first memory of KAUST comes from a hot summer day in 2008. I had just graduated from high school in Riyadh, my hometown. I received a phone call from a woman looking to recruit recent graduates into a gifted student program. The program offered me a full scholarship for a bachelor's degree with the condition to return to Saudi Arabia at a brand new university called KAUST for a master's degree. The university wasn't yet built, but its vision and mission, as we all know, were to become a leading institution in the region and the world for science and technology. Although unsure, I decided to explore the opportunity, and my father and I took a trip to visit the campus. KAUST wasn't yet quite as magnificent as the staff on the phone claimed it would be. The site was overflowing with cranes and had only one structure, a large white tent. My father and I exchanged looks of concern, but somehow the team on site managed to reassure us that the university would not only be ready in exactly 1 year, but up and running at an incredible standard. And so I agreed to join the KAUST Gifted Student Program, a pilot program at the time. And later, I began my bachelor's degree at University College London. Sure enough, 1 year later, on September 23rd, 2009, KAUST was inaugurated, with the university's sparkling new campus opening its doors to graduate students from the kingdom and around the world. The university's construction in such a short time frame signified what KAUST ended up teaching us all, that no project, no matter how daunting and scary, would ever be deemed impossible. However, KAUST constructions did not come without challenges and hardships. During my time here, I too faced many challenges. I was constantly frustrated with my progress at KAUST due to failed experiments, equipment complications, and writer's block. There were days when just getting out of bed felt like an achievement. Problems felt unsolvable, and I felt stuck. I think most of us have been there. I, like many of us, also faced imposter syndrome, the pressure we place on ourselves to never fail, and to also downplay our successes. That feeling of inadequacy that is amplified the more challenging of a project or role one faces. The university's construction could not have been accomplished without the support of many individuals, and likewise, finishing our degrees would not be possible without the family, members, and friends who helped us overcome struggles and supported us all the way to the finish line. The inspiration for my degree was my mother, who, despite all odds, being a mother of 3, a business owner, and a clinical dietitian, decided to embark on a master's degree and a PhD in preventive medicine. She and I sat at the same table while she finished her PhD and I finished my undergraduate studies. Through seeing her experience firsthand, I was motivated to pursue my own PhD. She was my backbone and my source of continuous encouragement. During my education, I also always remember my sister's powerful phrase: be kind to yourself. Take a moment to reflect on your achievements. Remind yourself that it's normal not to have all the answers. And forgive yourselves if you get frustrated or things go wrong as you follow your path in life. I have been on a journey with KAUST since its inception. Through this journey, I found that the university cultivated a sense of ethical responsibility in us that tore down the notion of publish or perish. KAUST has made us conscientious, responsible, and altogether more determined to improve standards of living through our research. As KAUST ambassadors, I know we're going to go out into the world and solve the unsolvable. all while remembering that the university was born from a dream so enormous it once seemed in itself impossible. And graduates, always keep in mind this most important piece of advice I learned during my time here at KAUST. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Congratulations.
Thank you, Yasmine. Thank you for those inspirational words to your fellow graduates. I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing our 2019 commencement speaker, Dr. Fong Shi. Dr. Shi led KAUST as our founding president, promoting cutting-edge research and education, and encouraging ideas and innovation to address regional and global challenges. Now, building a university from scratch is a monumental task, as you heard from Yasmine, and KAUST's success today is due in no small part to his pioneering effort. He helped to bring the King's vision to life and continues to champion the idea of a no-walls paradigm to advance knowledge and discovery. Dr. Shi retired in 2013, so he may have overlapped with some of you at KAUST, but his leadership at the start of this university has impacted all of you. There's no more fitting speaker to address our 10th graduating class than our founding president. Please join me in welcoming the KAUST 2019 commencement speaker, Dr. Fong Shi.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, President Tony Chan, members of the senior leadership, distinguished members of faculty and staff, and honored members of the 10th graduating class of KAUST and your families. Salam alaikum. A warm welcome to all. Today's celebration is one of historic significance. One of the world's youngest and certainly most ambitious universities marks its first decade. Congratulations to the KAUST community, the Board of Trustees, and to the people and the leadership of the Kingdom. As your President mentioned, 10 years is a short time in the life and traditions of an institution. But it is a significant part of the lives of the many pioneers, including myself, who were with KAUST when the university admitted its inaugural class in 2009. I feel especially honored and humbled to give the commencement address on this important milestone. Each and every person who has set foot on this campus by the Red Sea has helped to make KAUST what it is today. Congratulations to each one here and all the students, researchers, faculty, staff, families, and alumni for the stellar effort in putting KAUST on the map of science and engineering achievement. Today we have a thriving community of 7,300 men, women, and children from 112 countries. Today we witness the fruits of your dedication and efforts. 93 PhDs and 103 master's graduates from 35 countries. In sum, 196 new alumni, and importantly, 196 dreams. Graduates, you can be very proud. The Nature Index 2019 ranks KAUST 18th in the world above the vast majority of the longer established renowned universities in Europe, America, and Asia. Class of 2019, our heartiest congratulations to each one of you. Mabruk. I recall that when I was first approached about cows, I was cautious. Indeed, the premier journal, Science, carried an article with a big headline. The headline, "The Big Gamble in the Saudi Desert." I think the resident with Yasmine. Some said, "This is mission impossible." But it is not in my nature to be dismissive. Science was the world's first global enterprise, long before the modern world coined the word globalization. Over the last 2,000 years, science has drawn upon the knowledge from cultures of different parts of the world to advance, and each culture has stood on the shoulders of the previous one. The modern scientific revolution, which began in the West, has roots in parts of ancient Greek philosophy and reasoning. It had also drawn on China's many inventions, as well as Arab and Indian number systems. Indeed, when Europe was in the Dark Ages, it was the Islamic empires, particularly the Abbasid Caliphate, that preserved and nurtured the best fruits of knowledge, whether it was in conserving ancient texts that the West would later use, or in developing instruments for studying the stars and traveling the seas. The house of wisdom of the 9th century Arabic world advanced astronomy, chemistry, mathematics, and medicine in particular. So I knew that the dream of the late King Abdullah for cows to be a beacon of science and technology, to bring hope and prosperity to the kingdom and to a fragile and divided world, had historical precedent. It did not take long for me to be gripped by the transformative potential of the late king's dream of a global scientific community by the Red Sea, which would develop technological innovations that could solve some of the kingdom's most challenging problems, with benefits for the world as well. I resolve to become part of this bold endeavor. The inherent openness in science means there are no actual barriers preventing cows from succeeding, because any institution can do excellent science as long as there's respect for the basic principles, which I will elaborate on later. I also knew that leadership and vision would be key. With the forward-thinking leadership of the kingdom, the trustees, and the faculty, cows could indeed realize the kingdom's dream of building a modern-day house of wisdom, Beit al-Hikmah. Indeed, you have turned the kingdom's dream into reality. Cows is today a thriving community of brilliant minds and innovative problem solvers from countries around the world, pursuing discoveries in science and technology that bring benefits to you and me, to your children, to my children, and to our children's children. Cows achieve its success through 1. Giving plentiful space for intellectual and organizational innovation. 2. Conducting high-impact research unconstrained by disciplinary boundaries. 3. seeding an ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship from the outset. Example, developing cows research and technology park that fosters relationships with cows, between cows researchers and local global industries, nurtures entrepreneurs and assists startups. Last and most importantly, building meaningful partnerships across communities, cultures, and continents to enhance the success of scientific, technological innovations and entrepreneurial ventures. Now, as reflected in your presence here today. On my first visit 12 years ago, I stood on this very spot. I saw shimmering desert sand stretching as far as my eye could see. Today, I see eager, committed, achievement-oriented talents from 112 countries. Today, I see you, your bright faces, made confident by the hard work you put in, your strong spirits, nurtured through the years by your family and mentors, your bold dreams taking flight through what COWS has given you. Today at COWS' 10th anniversary, I see a functioning state-of-the-art university campus, staking its place among the world's preeminent institutions of science and engineering. In 2029, when COWS celebrates its 20th anniversary, what will we see? I hope to be out there in the audience, listening to one of you speak up here. The Chinese classic I Ching says that all is change and uncertainty. The future cannot be seen. But while it cannot be seen, there are choices to be made in the present that can shape the future. Even in a sandstorm, where the camel and rider cannot see, they still make choices. Where is the water? How do we get there? While I'm not a camel rider, I am a researcher. Researchers must adhere to certain fundamental principles, which I alluded to earlier, in order to achieve their goals. Empirical reasoning and systematic experimentation. Openness. 2, openness and generation. And 3, courage and service. A fundamental principle of research is the use of empirical reasoning and systematic experimentation. Researchers must choose to scout the vast unknown, explore untested ideas with the degree of rigor, and commit to the disciplined application of reason. They are therefore always open, eager to be exposed to what equally inquiring, disciplined, and rigorous minds can reveal. Research and science is a fair taskmaster, as it compels each of us, without exception, to face the same yardstick. Here is an example, I'm going to show you shortly, of what COWS labor of reason and experimentation can produce. I hold in my hand 2 tomatoes. See, it is a common fruit and also a vegetable. But this one has been designed right here at COWS, and it grows in salty water. The implications are enormous for water conservation and food security, as the knowledge gained here is applied to other crops. The harsh environment around us, as in other parts of the world, may no longer be the limiting factors for growing food. This tomato, or these tomatoes, is the fruit of collaboration and a promise that fundamental and applied research can change the world. The director of the laboratory that produced these tomatoes, Professor Mark Tester, has been seconded to Nijem to head its food sector. The startup company he co-founded, Red Sea Farms, was placed third in the world at the recent Entrepreneurship World Cup, which featured 100 entries from 64 countries, drawn from over 100,000 applications from 185 countries. The second principle is openness and generosity, where individuals are willing to share their distinctive strengths. Let me say again, where individuals are willing to share their distinctive strengths, synergize and multiply. While you might compete for career advancement, do keep in mind the larger goal, which is to work generously to benefit that domain of knowledge. Researchers also depend on the generous support of staff and sponsors who so willingly support the scientific enterprise. In my own career, I have enjoyed and benefited from the mutual openness and generosity of my fellow researchers. My mentor, John Hutchinson of Harvard University, is a magnanimous researcher, teacher, and close friend. His openness engendered trust in our work. His generosity created opportunities for us to thrive, and our mutual friendship contributed to great synergies and productivity in our research. The openness and generosity which John and I shared has given us great joy and have been the key to successes in my life. I wish the same for you. The third and most critical principle is courage and service. There is no ready blueprint for building a great 21st century university in this part of the world. Courage spurs us to ask vital questions, seek crucial answers, and overcome our fear of failure. An attitude of service enables us to be persistent in seeking beneficial outcomes. Both courage and service are needed for cows to play a transformative role, one that can make profoundly positive difference to the kingdom and the world. Let me quote Charles Eliot, Harvard's longest-serving and most successful president, who transformed the provincial college into the preeminent American university. He said, I quote, "A university, in any worthy sense of the term, must be grown from a seed." Some of you alluded to a seed. Must be grown from a seed. It cannot be transplanted in full leaf and bearing. It will not be a copy of foreign institutions. The seed of the house of wisdom, Bait el-Hikmah, has been planted and taken root. In due time, with leadership and vision, cows can become a flourishing tree of knowledge, bearing fruits of technological innovations to serve the kingdom and beyond. In due term, fruits carry the seeds for the next generation of trees, and which in time form a regenerating ecosystem of innovation and economic vibrancy. You have just heard from our student speaker, Yasmine Nijem. As mentioned by President Tony Chan, her research focused on reducing wastewater treatment costs by using microalgae to remove pollutants while simultaneously acquiring high-value biomass, which can be used for biofuel production. With wastewater as its nutrients, microalgae or algae consumes CO2 and grows in sunlight. Her research attests to Saudi Arabia as an ideal location for the development of this technology. Yasmine, together with some of her Saudi peers, came from CAUS Gifted Students Program. This was a generous and courageous investment in Saudi Arabia's promising young people. By nurturing their talent early on, the kingdom has built a steady talent pipeline of researchers, innovators, and thought leaders. Hundreds have gone on to top universities in the world. But the true success is that the kingdom's young people are being nurtured and their talents developed. Their contributions, like Yasmine's, are already benefiting the kingdom and the world. Let me close by sharing a couple of thoughts. In 10 years, CAUS has created a world-class research engine. As evidenced by the plethora of publications, international intellectual property, global collaborations, and academic rankings. But it takes more than a university to translate the research output into the next Google or Apple. It takes engineering, product development, venture capital, and a critical mass of diverse talent. So CAUS is taking a leadership role in assembling the partners needed to create a flourishing innovation ecosystem. For example, CAUS is home to Professor Mohammad Edaudi, who is arguably the world's leader in a new class of materials called metal organic frameworks. These materials have incredible potential in novel sustainable technologies, such as trapping drinkable water from the air or capturing CO2 in the atmosphere. To this end, Professor Edaudi is working with Saudi Aramco and other partners to scale up his materials and develop commercial applications. Professor Boon Hui is another great example of CAUS world-class faculty. Boon was recently elected to the prestigious U.S. National Academy of Inventors. He holds 44 issued or pending patents in the field of semiconductor, photonics, and optical sensors. 6 of these inventions have been licensed to Saudi Aramco for oil well downhole sensing. Several other inventions on fiber sensors have been applied to the early detection of the red palm weevil. Since 2011, this insect has infested and destroyed millions of palm trees worldwide, especially high-value date trees. Boon is working with the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture to solve this problem by deploying his technology. Now I invite you to envision with me CAUS in the not-too-distant future. I see a special issue of The Economist devoted to the breakthroughs of CAUS, scientists and engineers. Its cover page reads, "Seawater and solar power green the desert." KAUST scientists and entrepreneurs tell their story. Researchers and academics are drawn to the vibrancy of this part of the Red Sea, a bustling hub for collaborative science, education, and industry. The global community of scholars regards this region as a port of call for science, technology, innovation, and enterprise. KAUST is like the open sea, embracing the ebbs and flows of new ideas and alternative perspectives, as well as welcoming openness and generosity. With openness and generosity, the ever-increasing numbers of talented scientists, engineers, inventors, entrepreneurs, and even scuba divers. Graduates, you are the fruits of KAUST. You carry vitality and knowledge to enterprises in the kingdom and the world. As alumni of KAUST, you are playing your part in creating the innovation ecosystem in the kingdom. To the class of 2019, may the friendship you have made here strengthen the openness and generosity in you. May you be gripped by your dreams and pursue them with courage. May your journey of discovery and learning lead to service to the peoples of the kingdom and beyond. Thank you. Shukran.
Thank you, Professor Shi, for those very powerful words of wisdom and encouragement.
Mr. President, on behalf of the deans, I have the distinct honor and privilege to present these candidates who have fulfilled all the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty of their respective fields of study for the degree of philosophy.
Thank you, Professor Ganu. You have completed the highest degree awarded by this university. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and admit you to all its rights, privileges, and responsibilities. I commend you on your high accomplishment and welcome you to the community of scholars.
In a moment, each doctoral degree candidate will be called to the stage to receive his or her diploma and doctoral hood, which symbolizes their hard work and achievement, and be presented to the President. I ask Dean Pierre Magistrati to join the President as we will now begin the hooding of the doctoral degrees of candidates for the Division of Biological and Environmental Science and Engineering.
Afak Ahmed Imtiaz Momin, hooded by Professor Stefan Aro.
Rayyan Muhammad Yasin Nasser, hooded by Professor Stefan Aro. Amal Abdurrahman Muhammad Ba Jafar, hooded by Professor Takashi Gojabori. Amani Dawhan Al-Mu'abbad Al-Harbi, hooded by Professor Takashi Gojabori. Siham Kamal Fatani, hooded by Professor Takashi Gojabori. بدور علي حسن ناصر, hooded by Professor Takashi Gojaburi. بدور خالد فلاتة, hooded by Professor Valerio Orlando. نادين حسن السعيد, hooded by Professor Valerio Orlando. صبا نظيف, hooded by Professor Valerio Orlando.
David Mantilla Calderón, hooded by Professor Hum Pi Jing.
Cheung Hong, hooded by Professor Hong Pei Ying.
فجر عبد الرحمن إبراهيم العيسى, hooded by Professor Yasmine Mirzaban. هبة محمد جلال الدين أحمد, hooded by Professor Yasmine Mirzaban.
Gao Ge, hooded by Professor Mark Tester.
مشاعل دغش سعيد القحطاني, hooded by Professor Mark Tester. نو فعود الشريف, hooded by Professor Mark Tester.
Mitchell Jack Love Morton, hooded by Professor Mark Tester.
نادية علي محمد التميمي, hooded by Professor Mark Tester. حنان سيد محمود, hooded by Professor Pierre Magistretti. منار مجدي درويش, hooded by Professor Pierre Magistretti.
Michael Bogdan Marginono, hooded by Professor Pierre Magistretti.
Alejandra Ortega, hooded by Professor Carlos Duarte.
نوف عدنان الشريف, hooded by Professor Jorgen Kossel. وفاء طلعت عبدالله عرب, hooded by Professor Charlotte Hauser. آلاء إبراهيم أبو المجد رجب, hooded by Professor Pascal صيقلي. منال فيصل القحطاني, hooded by Professor Pascal Saikari.
Bruno Pulido Ponce de León, hooded by Professor Susana Núñez.
Dinesh Mahalingan, hooded by Professor Susana Nunes. Huma Sanawa, hooded by Professor Hans Frauenfelder.
Jorge Rosas Aguilar, hooded by Professor Matthew McKay.
Sayyid Halim Shah, hooded by Professor Matthew McCabe. Khalid bin Bandar bin Salman Al Saud, hooded by Professor Nuruddin Ghafoor.
Jin Yong, hooded by Professor Wang Peng.
Ruba Abdurrahman Abdullah Ashi, hooded by Professor Susanna Agusti.
Srikiran Ravindran Pillai, hooded by Professor Himanshu Mishra.
Yasmine Hani Kamal Nijem, hooded by Professor Torovi Likens.
Alan Barozzi, hooded by Professor Danielle Dafoncio. Luis Silva, hooded by Professor Jose Shilu Moran. Tulia Tereanio, hooded by Professor Michael Lee Berriman.
Zahra Safar, hooded by Professor Bert Jones. Haneen Siraj Zubaidi, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Herbert Hurt. Hana Mohsen Al-Harabi, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Herbert Hurt. Rua Saroud Jalal, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Herbert Hurt.
Allison Ann Monroe, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Christian Robert Volstra.
I ask Dean Mutaz El-Nozai to join the President as we now proceed with the doctoral degree candidates for the Division of Computer, Electrical and Mathematical Science and Engineering.
Dalal Sukkari, hooded by Professor David Elliott Keyes.
Congratulations.
Amani Awad Salim Al-Anizi, hooded by Professor David Elliott Keyes. Rasha Ali Hassan, hooded by Professor Wu Ying.
Soren Frederik Jos Wolfers, hooded by Professor Raul Fidel Tempone.
Shawq ibn Saeed, hooded by Professor Raul Fidel Tamponi for Professor Muhammad Salim Al-Alwini. Basma Altaf, hooded by Professor Jean Xian Liang.
Iman Budaliwa, hooded by Professor Robert Hohendorf.
Munam Nahi Muhammad Al-Shahrani, hooded by Professor Robert Hohendorf. Muhammad Ibrahim Hafid Ibrahim, hooded by Professor Marcus Hedweger. Amani Saleh Saad Al-Musallim, hooded by Professor Muhammad Mustafa Hussain. Sharjeel Khan, hooded by Professor Muhammad Mustafa Hussain. Amir Muhammad Jarallah Al-Ghadban, hooded by Professor Basim Shahada.
Matthias Müller, hooded by Professor Bernard Ghanem.
Muhammad Asadullah, hooded by Professor Jorgen Kossel. Yusuf Ahmed. Muhammad Akram Karimi, hooded by Professor Atif Shamim. Anas Nabil Ismail, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Vladimir Bijak. Amal Muhammad Al-Amri, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Hu Ji Hao. Ikram Bukhdimi, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Muhammad Salim Al-Alwini.
Itzikian Sua Ranjinantunang, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Muhammad Salim Alwini.
Chen Tianbo, hooded by Professor Yves Nianou for Professor Sun Ying.
I asked Dean Ravi Samtani to join the President as we will now proceed with the doctoral degree candidates from the Division of Physical Science and Engineering.
Abdul Ghani Abdul Jamil, hooded by Professor Subramaniam Sarathi. Fahim Hassan Akhtar, hooded by Professor Klaus Victor Peinemann.
Fong Huang, hooded by Professor Naveen Mohammed Kashab.
Zain Ali, hooded by Professor Ingo Penau. Mahmoud Atif Abdul Hamid, hooded by Professor Ingo Penau. Amal Ali Baqais, hooded by Professor Luigi Cavallo. Basmat Saifuddin Abdul Azim Shaheen, hooded by Professor Omar Muhammad.
Jan Kostjo, hooded by Professor Ian McCulloch. Keisuke Obata, hooded by Professor Jorge Gascon. Kristen Munkara, hooded by Professor Huang Hua Wei.
Maha Ahmed Al-Rifa'i Al-Jahani, hooded by Professor Jean-Marie Basset.
Mikita Tretiakov, hooded by Professor Jean-Marie Maurice Basset. Rishab Datta, hooded by Professor Siorion Jonsen.
Sahar Amir, hooded by Professor Sun Shuyu.
Fan Xiaolin, hooded by Professor Sun Shuyu. Zhang Zhendong, hooded by Professor Tariq Ali Al-Khalifa.
Ahmed Hisham Bal'awi, hooded by Professor Frederick Lacaille. Maha Ahmed Al-Amoudi, hooded by Professor Frederick Lacaille. Dunya Barrett, hooded by Professor Thomas Anthopoulos.
Li Mengliu, hooded by Professor Lai Zhiping.
Muhammad Jabir Ali Al-Hilali, hooded by Professor Uthman Bakr.
Nitin Kumar Batra, hooded by Professor Pedro Miguel da Costa.
Noura Muhammad Misfar Al-Wadi'i, hooded by Professor Iman Roqan. Abdul Rahman Barakat Abdullah Al-Jad'ani, hooded by Professor Siggy Thorson.
Aditya Jetli, hooded by Professor Siggy Thorotson. Kenneth Roy Langley, hooded by Professor Siggy Thorotson. Vivek Mugundan, hooded by Professor Siggy Thorotson. Dito Ariansha Pulungan, hooded by Professor Gilles Lubino. Ishan Singh, hooded by Professor Robert Dibble.
Firaz Khalid Abdullah Al-Fusail, hooded by Professor Muhammad Ibrahim Yunus.
Vijay Shankar Bhavani Shankar, hooded by Professor Bengt Johansson.
Liu Zhaolun, hooded by Professor Yves Nianio for Professor Jerry Schuster. Guo Daquan, hooded by Professor Yves Nianyo for Professor Ibrahim Hotait.
Evgenia Bredibailo, hooded by Professor Yves Nianu for Professor Gorgi Stenchikov. Jerry Raj, hooded by Professor Yves Nianu for Professor Gorgi Stenchikov.
Zhong Shenhong, hooded by Professor Yves Nianyo for Professor Han Yu.
Now, we will continue with the conferral of the Master of Science degrees. I ask Dean Pierre Magistrati to present the candidates from the Division of Biological and Environmental Science and Engineering for the degree of Master of Science.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science from the Division of Biological and Environmental Science and Engineering please rise? Mr. President, I have the distinct honor and privilege to present these candidates who have fulfilled all the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty of their respective fields of study for the degree of Master of Science.
Thank you, Dean Magistrati, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Science and admit you to all its rights, privileges, and responsibilities.
علي عمر بالبيت. عبدالله عبد الرحمن الغامدي. عبد الرحمن عوض الحبسي. أبرار الجهني. عهد موسى كببجي. أنس محمد رواس. بشاير عمر باجابر. دلال الفرحان. داليا حمزة شعبان.
لودن.
فاطمة فهد ناصر الملحم. هنوف محمد بازل الوجيه.
Luba Gapa.
لؤي خالد الإدريسي. لبنى الهذلي. مودة نبيل الغرابلي،
Migle Katrina Conchute.
رضوى قدري محمد كامل، سماح مصلح الحارثي، سمر محمد القبلان، سمحان مرزوق السلمي، صبا إبراهيم الحربي،
Tania Cecilia Hidalgo Castillo.
أثير إبراهيم الكبسي،
王昌志、
Cristian Andrade Corona.
دانا عبد الرحمن الهقاص، حصة محمد البسام،
María Alejandra Perea Barreto.
محمد غفاري رضوان، سارة علي العيد،
Sergio Gutiérrez Zapata.
يارا خالد إدريس،
Zain Ahmed. Ashley Jane McIver. Claire Shellham. Colin Taylor Williams. Kirsty Scott. Lucy Fitzgerald. Morgan Bennett Smith.
فاطمة عبد الحكيم،
I ask Dean Mutaz El-Nuhasahi to present the candidates of the Division of Computer, Electrical, and Mathematical Science and Engineering for the degree of Master of Science.
May the candidate for the degree of Master of Science from the Division of Computer, Electrical, Mathematical Sciences and Engineering please rise. Mr. President, I have the distinct honor and privilege to present these candidates who have fulfilled all the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty of the respective fields of study for the degree of Master of Science.
Thank you, Dean El-Nusahi. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Science and admit you to all its rights, privileges, and responsibilities.
Anna Talgat.
Congratulations.
عاليا ولاتي. عبد الإله حاتم أبو الشعور. عبد الله محمد عسيري. عبد المجيد محمد الجلعود. عبد الرحمن الثبيتي. عبير ناير المطيري. علي حسين الناصر. أماني وليد عقيلي. بدر أيمن طيب. بسام أحمد محمد الغامدي.
何晨玉、
Elnur Gassanov.
غفران شاكر. إبراهيم سعود الشبيلي.
陈军、
ماجد مرضي الرفدي.
Mere Ramazanova.
سلطان سالم بغلف. سمية أسعد تونسي.
韩文凯、
وجدان محمد الحارثي.
李仲霄、
عبد الرحمن ماجد الجديبي. أحمد خليل السلمي. أحمد محمد مقبول.
Aynur Jaykan.
علي الرشودي. علي محمد حسن الحداد. أنوار الغامدي.
Dmitry Briantsev. Duke Min Nguyen.
إسراء عدنان فقيه.
Evangelos Pilouras.
فتحي عمر رجب.
Harold Francisco Mazo Mantilla.
周九思、
José Yuton.
Juris Griggs.
张丽、蔡明成、
محمد الحربي. محمد عبد الفتاح الدجاني. نجود عبد العزيز المعيوف. عمر الخزرجي. أسعد تونسي. وديان بابطين.
蔡文琪、邹雪翠、
Alibi Jongelden.
أمين بجاوي.
I asked Dean Ravi Samtani to present the candidates of the Division of Physical Science and Engineering for the degree of Master of Science.
Please rise. Mr. President, I have the distinct honor and privilege to present these candidates who have fulfilled all the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty of their respective fields of study for the degree of Master of Science.
Thank you, Dean Samtani. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Science and admit you to all its rights, privileges, and responsibilities.
عبد العزيز سعود الصبحي. فيصل فهد الأحمدي. حنان عادل ولي.
Juan Restrepo.
خالد الحازمي. مرتضى علي محمد الجبران. نواف عبد الوهاب الهويش.
Emanuel Alonso.
عبد العزيز عبد المعطي الرويفي. أمين أركنجي.
谢峰、季恒宇、
ناصر عبد الله بن صالح العبيد. سلمان الشريف. سارة العبد اللطيف. شهد محمود عبد المجيد سليماني.
Akbar Nugroho Wijaksono.
Daniela Arias Ortiz. José Eduardo Abreu Torres.
Milausha Petrova. Philip Mitchell.
أفنان خالد البطاطي. فيصل عبد الرحمن كريم.
Maxim Yelizarov.
نسرين أحمد عجلان الشهري.
孙若凡、
Shenlin Wei.
عبدالله ناصر الهاشم. أحمد خليل الحسين. الهمام برهان نيازي. عامر القاسمي.
Belikse Ramnyak.
فيصل خالد كمال. همام الجابري.
郭幸怡、
إبراهيم يوسف إبراهيم الدليقان.
王绿军、
مهنا مهنا.
Micael Silva.
محمد عبد الرحمن أحمد حمود. محمد رامي الشرفاء. محمد الممتن. محمد نمنكاني. محمد سلمان الملحم. محمد بكار.
Ruslan Khamedov.
Faculty, family, and friends, let us give another round of applause to our graduates. We are very proud of them. Graduates, The diploma you just received recognizes your dedication, your hard work, and your tremendous accomplishments. However, this day would not be possible without the support of many people. Let us begin by thanking your parents, family, and friends who have stood beside you on this journey. I would also like to thank our distinguished faculty. You have taught our graduates not just the foundation of science and engineering. You have also been their advocates, supporting, leading, and mentoring them into excellence. Graduates, please join me in thanking our faculty. I hope that while at KAUST, your passion for learning grew immensely, and that you leave us with big dreams and aspirations. There's no straight path from where you sit today to all the things you will do and where you will go in the future. Service. Your contribution to solving important problems, both locally and globally, will be what matters. Your contribution will take place in many different ways. Whatever they are, I urge you to contribute in ways that matter to society, your country, and the world. Bring to your work the values of integrity, passion, curiosity, and excellence that KAUST is built upon. Also remember that you represent more than 30 different countries. Graduates have learned the value of collaboration with people who not only came from other, but who also offer a new perspective you care about. In closing, remember what I said in my opening. Reputation is built on graduates. You are students today, and a KAUST. Congratulations, team.
So this brings the 2019 ceremony to a close. In your seats for every one of you to okay, and the right along the line. Thank you.